Senator Nampijinpa Price.
Today is National Flag Day.
It all began last week as a bid to defend the national flag against desecration, a fresh volley in one of the nation's older culture wars.
I think it's necessary because I feel like we're experiencing a time in our country where we're actually quite divided.
But quickly veered into an unsubstantiated claim that the government is encouraging migration from India.
I think Labor like to be able to ensure that they're going to allow those in that would ultimately support their policies, their views and vote for them.
With those remarks, the controversial senator set off a firestorm in the Indian community and a rebuke from her own leader.
The comments were wrong, they were not correct, they should not have taken place, and corrections have been made.
Susan Lee has been in clean-up mode ever since, desperate to calm outraged Australian Indians, many of whom deserted the coalition at the last election.
In spite of 10 other people coming to damage control, why not the person who made the wrong comments can simply apologise for those comments?
It's not the first time the Liberal Party has had a problem with the Indian community. Amid the COVID-19 pandemic, Scott Morrison's government banned travellers from India, including Australian citizens. It was one of the reasons why Morrison sought to make amends in the 2022 election by courting the Sikh vote. Senator Nampijinpa Price has again triggered the ire of some in the community.
These comments were not made in true Australian spirit and should be taken, not only it should be taken back, the person making those comments should apologise to the whole Indian community.
Alongside the anger from Australian Indians, Jacinta Nampijinpa Price has tipped the Liberal Party into a fresh fratricidal blue, adding another front to the existing fight over net zero. And it's turned Liberals against Liberals.
On the way in here, I had her supporters emailing me saying, essentially words to the effect of, there's too many Indian people coming to the country. That's bad. She needs to address that. And then I've got members of the Liberal Party, some from Southeast Asian communities and Indian communities saying we really feel hurt. So the damage is ongoing.
Alex Hawke is a key factional player who backed Susan Lee against Angus Taylor for the Liberal leadership. Hawke wants Senator Nampijinpa Price to apologise to the Indian community.
She's been very angry at me for asking her to apologise, but I maintain publicly now that was right.
Over the weekend, she accused him of threatening her office with a warning that she could end up like an unnamed coalition member, who the ABC has confirmed was a reference to Jane Hume. Hawke has rejected that claim.
I'm still reeling a little bit, Pete. I'm not entirely sure what this is all about and why my name needs to be included.
The Victorian senator was dropped from the front bench after the coalition's election loss. During the campaign, she had made an offhand remark about Chinese spies volunteering for the Labor Party. The comments were seen as damaging to the Liberals. Hume today put the heat back on Susan Lee to show leadership as to whether Nampijinpa Price should apologise.
Well, I think that that's now up to Susan Lee to make that decision. I think Jacinta has walked back the comments as far as she's ready to, but perhaps if she realises that the leader needs her to do more, perhaps the leader should tell her directly.
Barnaby Joyce, familiar with handling a scandal, had a view as well.
Look, you make mistakes in politics all the time, and the best thing to do is apologise, move on, and get off it, get on to another topic. It's just the nature of politics. You're not going to be perfect on every statement you ever make.
Jacinta Nampijinpa Price is no stranger to controversy. She became a hero across the coalition base with her strident campaign against The Voice, and was a fundraising drawcard during the last election. But she's also been blamed for one of the biggest missteps of this year's campaign when she channeled Donald Trump.
We can make Australia great again.
Then, after the election, she infuriated Nationals by defecting from the junior coalition party room to the Liberals, where she joined Angus Taylor's failed leadership bid as his deputy.
You've got the incredible experience behind you. I've had the pleasure of, having you as a mentor.
For Susan Lee, the row over Jacinta Nampijinpa Price's remarks is not yet over. But both sides agree on at least one thing. The more Liberals fight each other, the more damage is done.
If you were a punter right now, what would you think of the Liberal Party?
Well, look, I think, I would probably be backing in my judgment at the election that they re-elected the government.